to my channel. Before we get into this video, make sure to like and subscribe.
Hello people, hello folks, hello everybody. Thank you for joining me. I do truly appreciate it. Today I got a box in the mailbox from Suntup Editions. In fact, actually I got it a few days ago. I just now getting around to opening it up. And this one is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. It's the artist edition. And here's a little bit of a story about that. I went a whole life, 46 years about, without reading The Outsiders. Nobody in school ever made me read it, and it didn't sound like something I wanted to read after school. I did see most of the movie with an all-star cast, but again, it just wasn't really something that excited me. Greasers and socks and feuds and things like that. Something about it just never really attracted me. And then when I found out Suntup Editions was going to be publishing the book, The Outsiders, I was a numbered rights holder, and I figured I'd read it, give it a shot, see if it's something I wanted, and decide if I wanted to keep my number or let it go. So I read the book. I read the book in 2 sittings, I think. It was like blam, blam, relatively short. But I really liked it. In the book, I got past the leather and the greasy hair. And I got right to the heart of people, family, friends, loyalty, fear, rivalries, all that kind of stuff. And that's what really got me. Anyway, I read the book and I loved it. In a nutshell, there's a young teenager. Ponyboy Curtis is his name. He's living with his 2 older brothers, Daryl and Soda Pop. And Daryl's kind of like the dad. He's the BMFer around there. One bad dude. He's an athlete. He's strong. He's all these things. And he kind of takes on the role of dad. He's hard on Ponyboy. And he's never really seems to be enjoying himself or having fun or anything like that. And Ponyboy thinks that his older brother doesn't like him. Meanwhile, they got friends. They got a friend named Dallas who's a scary dude. He's a loose cannon. He's a live wire. You don't know what he's going to do, and he's a little bit scary. But the Curtises and their gang end up in a fight with the group of socialites called the Sox. The kids with money. The kids that play in the sports. They wear the nice clothes, they have cars, they got money to go out and go on dates, doing fun things and all that kind of stuff, and they feud with the Greasers. Well, Ponyboy and his friend Johnny end up getting jumped. They're out at night where they ain't supposed to be, they end up getting jumped, and a sock is killed. And now Ponyboy and his friend Johnny are on the run, and their scary friend, actually ends up helping them out, helping them to find a place to hide and such as that. And We'll leave all the rest to all the rest. But it's a phenomenal book. I did truly love it. This edition I keep showing you, I found at Borderlands Press in St. Pete, Florida. A signed edition, a signed trade edition. Nice to get. The Suntup numbered edition and lettered edition are signed by the author, S.E. Hinton, while the artist edition is not. It is signed by the artist, and we'll take a look at that. What happened, I liked the book enough, I bought the numbered, but sometimes you're talking about money when I'm getting a numbered edition, $300, $400, $500, $900, $1,000. Sometimes paying that extra $150 for an artist edition, you say, I'll save this time, I'll wait a little while, wait it out. And then sometimes waiting a day becomes a week or 2 weeks or 2 months. But anyway, that's what happened with the artist edition for me. I thought I should get it, but I ordered a numbered. I got the nicer, higher end version of the book. But Suntup Editions announced that they were doing a dinged clearance sale. So the books that weren't quite good enough to be sold as new, or maybe they were shipped and damaged, or maybe they were perfect. I don't know. And maybe every year, but this is the second time I get involved in one. They put them up for sale at deep discounts. So I bought this one. I hopped on at the moment it was available, and actually of all the books they had, They were either lettered editions that I'd like to have, but I didn't want to buy, didn't want to pay for, or they were numbered editions that I already had, or artist editions that I already had. But this was one that I wanted. I was thinking I need one, so I bought it, and I think it was $65. I think that's what I paid. $65 plus shipping, and here it is. It came really quickly in a box, but for these dinged or older editions, they don't put them in foam. This time it's in a box, So kind of cool. I've never gotten a package like this before from the Suntup editions. So I got a box in a box. Let's open it up and see how it fared. I'm kind of curious to see what this dinged copy will look like. The only real reason I'm doing this video, because the book's been out a couple months now, is to kind of see and show what a dinged copy might be. What kind of damage did I get on my dinged copy? So I got a book in a bubble mailer in a box. They should have done a pretty good job of protecting this book. And so here it is. Here's it's a cotton slipcase with an acrylic coating. And just looking at the slipcase, there is, you see on this back corner here, a slight ding right there. So at first glance, there is that. And I can see that being something that would disqualify Suntup from shipping a book. Or maybe even a customer saying, nah, this one's damaged, can you send me another one? So there is, I showed you a ding. Cha-ching, there's one. Now mind you, these are sold as dinged copies. They don't tell you specifically what's going to be wrong with it, but they're telling you it's dinged. It's not perfect, it can't be sold as a new book, sold as is, and all that kind of stuff. And so on the back of my slipcase, there was a ding there. And on the corners on the bottom of the book, a little bit of damage there. Can you see the ding? So 2 dinged corners on the front, or on the bottom, front and back. And we'll show you a little bit better here. You can see there, a little bit of ding on both. But wow, look at that cover. Look at the shiny blade. This is a silver and black blade. It kind of looks gold in the yellow light. But a cloth bound book. There is our foil stamp spine, 2 colors on the front. What else? The end papers, embossed end papers. Can you see the pattern? Can you see the pattern there? The Outsiders is illustrated by Jeff Echevarria. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at some of these interior illustrations. How about that? Just so cool. Let's flip through and see what else we got. Wow, almost like a photograph. A beautiful artwork. One of the great things about Suntup editions, besides the quality, and this is a dinged copy of their economy line of books, which is cheaper and higher quality than some of the other competitive publishers on the marketplace, selling books like this at a higher price without slipcases and such as that, sometimes without illustrations even. But Suntup Editions does such great work. I typically go for the numbered editions, and I go for a lot of the artist editions as well. But sometimes you just got to pick and choose when you're going to buy, when you're going to afford, when you're going to be able to shell out the dough for something like that. The artwork is beautiful. Sometimes people want to see the text size, the page color, stuff like that, because when you're reading a book, you want to be able to make sure it's readable. And this has relatively small text size. It's a short book, and it's also a small book, but a relatively small text size. More artwork here. Golly, it looks good. Archival material, so some extra additional information. Original submission letter from the agent. Oh wow, this is just, look here, page after page of extra material. So much stuff here added on to our what we got. Can you see that? So cool. S.E. Hinton and the YA debate. And then signed by the artist. And this was limited to 750 copies. Most of the AEs end up being 1,000. Some are less, some are more. But 750 copies is what it is. So I got a dinged book, and I got what I paid for. A few dings, one on the edge of the boards there, and then a small minor ding on the slipcase there. But you can see my thumbs are already going to work. I can't help it. It's just psychology, man. They immediately start trying to straighten those corners out, and oftentimes it ends up helping the process. But good enough for what I paid for it. I'm not upset. When you pay less than half price, I think, less than half price for a book on the dinged sale, you know, a couple of dinged corners, not horribly dinged, and a minor ding on the back of the slipcase isn't bad. The dust jacket looks good. I don't see frayed edges or anything like that. So I gotta say I'm happy with what I got. I can't wait for the numbered edition. It looks fabulous. Loving the book, loving the story. Can't wait to get that in. But anyway, that's all the lies I can think of. I'm sure I'm supposed to say other stuff, but I forgot. Thank you for your time. C'est la vie, baby. Doo-doo. I was supposed to say something, wasn't I? Yes, when you talk about The Outsiders, prerequisite, stay gold.